What's up, guys? Nick, the Metal Nerd, back for another episode of the Metal Nerd Radio Show. What is up, guys? A lot has been going on, a lot of drama, really. This is essentially an Azalea drawing drama with Tim Lambesis Part 2, since I made one a couple of years ago about all the stuff going on with Azalea dying, where members were quitting, coming back on, Tim had just, really just started getting back to it. So I was kind of just waiting to see how it was going. And now it's not going very well for Tim Lambesis, or Azalea dying, I should say. Starting with Ryan Neff, bassist and vocalist. Quit Azalea dying less than 1 month ahead of the European tour. He commented on quitting today, saying, as of today, I've made the decision to leave Azalea dying. This choice comes after much reflection, and I believe is the right step for my personal and professional journey. I'm grateful for the experiences and connections I've made during my time with the band. Thank you to all my fans for your support. So it seemed like, pretty vague. Didn't really seem like it was going to be too much drama about it when it comes down to it. Yeah, so then Nick Pierce quits the band, saying, as of now, I am no longer playing drums for Azalea Dying. It's far from being the ending I anticipated, and I feel like I need to distance myself from the band in an effort to retain my personal health and integrity. Integrity. You think that would have been something he cared about when joining up with someone who tried to engage in homicide of his wife? Or try to hire somebody, I guess, to kill his wife. He says, I want to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who followed and supported me throughout this journey. My goal has and always will be to create unforgettable memories with my friends and write music that would truly resonate with our fans. I'm proud of what I've accomplished on the road touring, as well as writing and recording for the new album. Looking ahead, I'm excited to continue my drumming career and pursue what I love most, which is making music. My touring and session schedule is now actively open for new opportunities. So yeah, okay, his whole rhythm section is quitting at this point, because Ken Susi also quits. I think it was about the same time. It's like there was definitely some overlap between these two quitting as far as Ken Susi and Nick Pierce. So yeah, triple boom. Or triple brutal, as Austrian Death Machine would say. My Ken Susi goes on to say, my time with Azalea Dying has come to an end today. I leave with so much gratitude for everyone who followed and supported me from my days in Unearthed to this era of my career. I jumped into Azalea Dying camp with full knowledge of the heightened dramatic history, but had a drive to play great music with great friends. Oh, he just wanted to play with great music and great friends. He didn't really think about the fact that this guy tried to murder his wife. Fortunately, my personal morals have recently tested to a breaking point, and it's now the saddest ending what could have been the greatest second chance for this band. Right? Who would have seen that coming, your personal morals being challenged? Why would you think that? And you think this is the saddest ending? At least he didn't try to murder all of you. Ryan Neff is receiving a lot of backlash for stepping down first. I regret not sharing this decision sooner and stand confidently with my friend. He's a flawless musician and even better person. Miss you all on the stage. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Anyone looking for a guitar player? My resume is ready. Come on, man. He left Unearthed for this band, He could have kept that position. They've replaced him by now, and now he has to find a new band. It'd be great if Unearthed took him back, right? I liked his choruses and stuff in Unearthed, so it'd be pretty tight if he rejoined up with Unearthed as classic Ken. Hope they're not mad at him or anything. Yes, and then for a quadruple fucking brutal drop on Tim Lambesis, the guitarist Phil Grosso has officially quit as well. Became the fourth member to quit the metalcore band since October 18th is when this started. So he was going to issue a statement after all that happened, and then there's so much drama because the their last album, Shaped by Fire, had disappeared from streaming. Apparently, it had to do with the copyright issues or them owning like the masters and having to redo it. But it's all too much happening at once. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he came and dropped a statement on, I believe, his Instagram. He said, "Thank you for your patience as I took time to gather my thoughts before speaking on the current state of As I Lay Dying. With recent events, including the departure of band members and the cancellation of our European tour ahead of a new album release, it's clear we're in a difficult and serious situation. Simply put, recent actions have shown that As I Lay Dying no longer offers a healthy or safe environment for anyone involved, whether creatively, personally, or professionally. Maybe even physically, or maybe, just in their as living their life. After witnessing some concerning patterns of behavior, I realized I could no longer, in good conscience, enable further actions that could negatively affect anyone working within this space, bro." It's kind of late for that one. For all the enabling, because it seemed like you waited until the last moment to stop enabling him. So, I can't keep enabling you after all these years, after you try to murder somebody. It's like, you know what, I don't think I can enable this guy, especially after everyone left. So he said, "For these reasons, I felt it's my message to completely distance myself from As I Lay Dying, both creatively and personally. I want to share my full support for Ryan, Ken, and Nick, who made the choice to step away recently. I'm grateful for our accomplishments and friendships over the past 3 years. The 21 years I have dedicated to this band, it does not sit well with me to leave or abandon what I've considered my life's work. Do not feel that I or others should be forced out like so many have in the past." Forced out, damn. Okay. I mean, it really should have just forced out Tim at this point, The whole rest of the band could have continued without him. And they could have just gotten a new vocalist, I think, fans would only be slightly sad, you know what I mean? I think they would actually be a little bit happier to be able to listen to As They Die without that cloud of attempted murder hanging over them. Alright, so he goes on to say, "After all that's been put into this, I believe that with the right adjustments and restructuring, our music can continue to thrive and explore new possibilities in a healthier environment without Tim. Over time, As I Lay Dying has been held back by dysfunction. I feel that it's no longer my responsibility to bear that burden. Thank you to everyone who has shown support for me and the music of As I Lay Dying. I'm looking forward to putting my energy and creativity into new, more positive ventures in the near future." Bro. Yeah, I mean, a lot probably had to be hanging on him to try to keep the band going, but, I mean, you would have had to agree to come back in the first place, once Tim did get out of prison for trying to murder his wife. Let's not forget. Yeah, so now at this point, everyone's quit. There were some rumors that were circulating that had to do with Tim Lambesis' current wife, Dany Lambesis. So a lot of people are speculating online that this could be happening because of allegation of domestic abuse would be coming soon against Tim Lambesis from his current wife, but she insists that this isn't the case. She took to her Instagram to post a statement about the rumored abuse allegations, saying, "I am writing this statement to address the recent rumors circulating on social media regarding my husband, Tim Lambesis, and allegations of domestic violence. It has come to my attention that false claims have been made suggesting that my husband has harmed me. I want to make it unequivocally clear that these allegations are completely false. My husband has never caused harm to me in this manner." In this manner. He hasn't tried to be violent yet. I mean, he could be like verbally, mentally abusive, She goes on to say, "I'm deeply saddened by the unfounded rumors that have emerged during this challenging time for his band. This has never been an incident that warrants such accusations. We have had our relationship issues like many other couples, but nothing to the degree of domestic violence or what is being portrayed online. It's deeply sad to me that I find myself in a position where I must publicly explain my personal life and relationship because of flat out lies. It's completely unjust that everything spread the way it did and nobody considered my voice to be heard through it all. It's unfair to both Tim and I in our relationship. It's disheartening to witness how quickly misinformation can spread, the impact it can have on individuals and families. I ask you that you respect our privacy during this time, refrain from perpetuating these harmful rumors any further. She did also apparently change her name on Instagram at some point before like everyone quit her like during this time. She changed her name to from Dany Lambesis to Dany Garcia. I guess her former name, and then changed it back once all this happened. So apparently it was due to just like she said it was doing. She did it for professional reasons, but yeah, it's like I said, it's all this happening at this time. It just seems too convenient, right? Like um, stuff could have been happening, and then maybe she was gonna quit his ass, and then everyone else quit, and she felt bad and decided to stay. It's possible, and it's possible she's just telling the complete truth, but. Yeah, it's just all pretty sussy, as they say, at this time in this, um, at the height of this drama. So, Tim Lambesis finally said something about, he also released his own statement, actually, today. Um, so, let's see what Mr. Tim had to say. Alright, so he says, "Hi everyone, I need some time to process all that's happened recently with Azalea dying. As I reflect, I certainly agree that there was an unhealthy environment that made leaving for a new tour with the previous lineup unrealistic. It had become difficult to figure out even the smallest details. I admit I could stick strong to my vision for the future of Azalea dying, even when others think it should go in another direction. Without him." It saddens me to think about the behaviors, communication, and patterns of interaction that led up to our tour cancellation. Phil and I no longer saw eye to eye personally, creatively, or financially. Discussions during this time prompted his decision to depart first, with each of the touring members deciding to leave shortly after, as they were not interested in going on without him. Unfortunately, that wasn't the order in which everything was made public, as some statements were rushed out during a chaotic time in response to rumors. Sure, Tim, sure. I mean, that seems awfully convenient. I mean, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. They wanted to leave because Phil was leaving his original member. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they left because of their morals and integrities they suddenly started to have. So he says, "I fully support each of the guys' decisions to leave. I believe at this time is best for everyone. With that being said, my door will always remain open discussing anything directly, as I believe closing communications led to many assumptions and problems of its own. Now regarding what's next, Azalea dying was founded on persistence and determination. For anyone who's familiar with foundational years from 2000 to 2004, you know that more than 20 people have come and gone to help bring life to this vision. I've had in my head since I was 19 years old. I look forward to building a new team, creating an atmosphere that's supportive, positive, and fosters a creative environment." Why didn't you do that after you tried to murder your wife, bro? Like, why did you not try to do that before? Like, with all these guys. I mean, I get it. Sometimes it's like, it's hard to keep something going with 4 or 5 different people that have, different lives, different things going on. But I don't know, they're out here talking about their morals and integrity all of a sudden. Like, what could. It wasn't just. According to them, it wasn't just really about just things not coming together. Other than that, they might have just said, hey, maybe it's time we depart. At this point, they've been better off kicking Tim out and just going on their own. I think people would be a lot more acceptable to have Azalea dying with a new front man, without that, like I said, that cloud of murder holding over them, or attempted murder, I should say. So, yeah, things are going to go on. A Few Storms Ahead will still be released November 15th. He says, "I am proud of what we created and look forward to sharing it all with you." So, yeah. Yeah, so he's still gonna be looking for bands, or not bands. He's still gonna be looking for members. So all of you, send your resumes, send your locations to all the people that you love. If you end up getting hired, or if you can just go audition, you never know. I'm just kidding. I'm sure I'm sure maybe it's just four dudes, 4 or 5 dudes button heads. I'm sure it has nothing to do with him trying to murder his ex-wife or beating his next one. So I mean, it could just be regular old problems when everyone quits like that, But I guess we will see what the future has to hold for As I Lay Dying. As they would say, there is nothing left. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, guys, here on YouTube, The Metal Nerd. And then for exclusive content, subscribe or follow to us on Spotify, The Metal Nerd Radio Show. Check us out on there. Like I said, there's exclusive content, more content than you get on YouTube. Since there's a lot of copyright restrictions on Spotify, I can do a little bit more, have a little bit more of a radio show. This is more for like the YouTube, is for more for like the clips and whatnot. So yeah, subscribe and follow on YouTube and Spotify. Thanks, guys.